Namaste and welcome to Times Health Plus. I am Vinita Sakpal, a senior nutritionist and a yoga teacher from the Yoga Institute, here to guide you on mindful nutrition for sustainable weight and energy management. So, so far we are meeting since so many weeks, and we are trying to connect lot many aspects of modern science, yogic wisdom to deal with our weight loss series, right? So today we are so far whatever we have learned is we have tried to connect our emotions with the food, how they are connected to each other, how our gut is connected to the brain, everything we have understood so far. So today we'll go one step ahead and learn about the holistic nutrition plan for your own self. How you can create this own holistic nutrition so that you will understand the crux of nutrition and you can try to apply that and see a very good change into your complete lifestyle and not just a part which is the weight. Okay. Fine. So let's see what we are going to learn today. Today we are going to learn the principles of building holistic nutrition strategy. Then we are going to understand that how to design this nutrition plan, how it should be more flexible, sustainable, and even evidence based, right? Also, we are going to understand how we can put these all approaches practically and enjoy this process. See, whatever diet you follow, you should enjoy it. It should not make you feel restricted, right? So that we are going to learn today, and at the end a very beautiful concept I'm going to make you introduce to that you can apply on regular basis. It's like a small task that I'll be giving to you, but that is really a good beautiful concept which I'll be talking at the end, so I'll not reveal it now. Okay, good morning everyone. Urja ji, Raman ji. Okay, Pradeep ji say, how can we get benefited from previous sessions? So, Pradeep ji, all the sessions are being put on the Times Health Plus channel page, web page. You can go and visit. Over there, all the weeks data has been uploaded. So whenever you get time, you can refer to those videos and try to connect all the links to each other, because each video is a continuation of previous ones. So that will give you a very good link and good understanding about how basic, modern science, yogic wisdom, how these all are so important, how Ayurveda root is so important to connect with our today's day-to-day modern life. Okay, fine. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jagdeep ji. Welcome. I can see you since I think day one. So glad that you have been so consistent. Glad to see so many people that they are being consistent with our sessions, and also welcome to the new ones. Okay, fine. So let's go ahead and understand holistic approach. Today's topic is a little elaborative, so I'll try to finish up everything earlier so that I can give more time to your questions. So whatever questions you have related to your own health will be discussed at the end. For now, we will focus on the today's topic and learn how to make your own diet plans. Okay, so let's proceed. So what is this holistic approach? We have heard this word holistic since long time. Every individual, every professionals who come and talk about you should have holistic diet, you should have sustainable diet, but what exactly it is? So a holistic diet or holistic approach does not just talk about having food with certain calories, certain food intakes, or some measurements or macronutrients. No, eating should be such that will make you feel ease, right? That will make you feel happy, that will support your lifestyle, and it will make a benefit out of it. So that kind of approach we are going to learn today. So any diet, when you go and try to incorporate into your lifestyle, it should make you feel comfortable. It should not make you feel more restricted or stressful. That should not happen. So that holistic approach I'm going to introduce to you all today. Okay, fine. So what is holistic nutrition strategy? It is a food intake, or it is a plan, or it is a healthy diet, I would say, which not only nourishes your body but also focus on your mind, that is mental health, and even your soul. Your soul is getting pure. Now tell me, any diet, You must have heard multiple types of diet: keto, intermittent, many more things. Did you ever see that they have ever focused on our soul? No, we never focus on our soul. We never think about cleaning or purifying our soul. We only focus on the external parts, right? So that's what a diet should be, such that will not only heal your body, not only heal your mental health, but also your internal pure energies, which is your soul. Okay, so a diet should be which is flexible for you to follow, and it is personalized. Now why I'm emphasizing personalized? Because, for example, if two people are consuming poha, okay, poha is a very Indian easy kind of go to breakfast. So if a person who is having poha, one person who eats poha feels very energetic, very light, and easy to digest kind of food. But other person who eats that same poha feel little tired, sluggish, bloated. So what does this say? This says that every individual's digestion, absorption, nutrient intake is completely different, and therefore even the body type is completely different. Few people's metabolism is very fast, few people metabolism is very slow, sluggish, or medium, and that's the reason the digestion part is different from for everyone. So we cannot say that the diet which is followed by so and so person will be suitable for me. You cannot get influenced by anybody, that if that person has followed this no low carb diet, so let me see if I am able to follow and get that reduction. No, it's not like that. A diet should be sustainable, and it should be personalized for your own self. You should understand that these are the foods which are suiting my body, and therefore I'll continue consuming that. Okay, for example, if you think that besan is something that is making you bloated, then you should stop consuming besan. So when you will understand this, when you will be mindful, when you will be completely with your own food and with your own self, to understand that this is a certain types of thing that are acceptable by the body, by my body, right? So that's the reason it should be flexible, it should be personalized and evolving. It should make you feel grow, right? You should keep on growing, you should keep on getting better. That evolvedness, that should be seen into you. Okay, it should not create any kind of rigid rules. Okay, holistic nutrition strategy will give you a basic understanding that how you can make your own rules and you can be happy within it. Okay, so building the healthy relation with the food is very important. Okay, now Pradipta ji says, how should I know about calories intake? Why you want to know the calorie intake? If you know you are having carbs, proteins, healthy fats, good vegetables, fibers into your diet, into each meal, if your meal is well balanced by usually and the proportion that you consume satisfy your hunger and not make you feel over bloated or overeaten kind of thing, then that food is just suitable for your body. Once you understand your proportion, try to maintain that proportion. So it's not necessary that every individual should know in this 30 grams of protein you will get 7 grams of in 30 grams of product you will get 7 grams of protein. No, you don't need to know until and unless you are very conscious about calorie intake. But I am saying a general person, a layman who doesn't have knowledge about nutrition field, who doesn't have knowledge about this calories, should not focus so much on calories, should focus on the quality of the food, not the quantity of the food. Yes, quantity is important, but when you know you are having this quality food, when you're having whole grains, when you're having fresh fruits, fresh vegetables into your diet, good amount of proteins into your diet, you don't have to worry about how many calories you are consuming. Okay, you will surely get to know why I'm emphasizing that uh, calories are just a part of a diet and not the diet. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's create a flexible food strategy. Okay, now flexible food strategy means a plan or a food intake should be such that that should not be rigid. A diet plan should not be rigid. It should make you feel flexible. It should make you feel comfortable. Okay, and over this all, you should not focus on the perfection, that this is the diet that I have to follow for a month or a 2 month. No, a diet should be like a lifelong thing. It should be applied to you for overall years that you stay on this earth. It should not make you feel restricted. It should not make you not put you in a stress that I have to make sure in within a 6 months I should reduce so much of weight. Why? If you understand the food quality, the food quantity that suits your body, automatically you will try to maintain that gradually. There will be the days where some seasonal changes will happen, some traveling will happen, some festivals will come, some social occasions will happen. So that time, what you will do? You will leave your diet and then you will have it and then you will go under a guilt. No, this should not happen. What you should do is, that what is the quality, what is the quantity that your body suits. Similarly, during such situation, whatever the favorite food comes in front of you, you should enjoy it without any guilt. But what is required over there? A balance. A balance is important over there. Not about a perfection that only this piece I'll eat and I'll satisfy. No, eat it a bigger piece, but that one big piece should satisfy your craving, should make yourself happy about it and not guilty about it. Again, if you share those things with your loved ones, automatically small portion will come in your plate and you will enjoy that food. Next day, try to recover those things. Since you had sugars a day prior, next day, do take more of water intake, keep lighter meals, do more of exercise, and balance it out. This is how we come back on track. Okay, Rajni ji says, I am suffering from joint pain. Could you please include, what could I include in my diet? So in your diet, of course, anti-inflammatory food is something which is important, like turmeric. Then there is a black pepper combinations. There are fruits, vegetables that need to be added, nuts, healthy fats that need to be added, nuts and seeds, ghee, pure ghee into your diet. So long strategies goes into it, but these are the basic things you can currently add into it. Okay. Okay. Ravindra ji's, okay, somebody says, how do I check how much protein I am taking as a vegetarian? Okay, I'll let you know about this by the end of the session. Ravindra ji says, how much sugar per day is okay for pre-diabetic? I would say natural sugar is okay, but not sugar from top. Ideally avoided when you are in a diabetic stage. Since you are in pre-diabetic, I would suggest 5 grams of sugar. Table sugar is more than enough. No, okay, usse zyada you cannot add it. Okay. Noor Jahan ji says, I have IBS, how to prevent it with diet? Okay, IBS is a very critical case, I would say. Here you have to eat very, very simplest boiled, simple food which doesn't have high oils, no fried items, no sugary items, no salty items, no high spice. So that's how mild food you should consume, not high fiber foods because it will irritate your gut lining. Okay. Alok ji says, being pure vegetarian, I find hard to spot the food items that are protein, good carb rich, so that I could suffice my body protein intake, that is twice the grams of my weight. Like if my weight is 80 kg, then okay. So if your weight is 80 kg, you require 70 to 80 grams of protein per day. I understand, but at least try to focus 60 to 70 grams per day. So how will you understand that? When you start adding proteins into each meal, right from your breakfast, lunch, dinner, in your snacks also. If in 4 meals you are adding sufficient amount of proteins, somehow you'll be able to meet your 60 to 70 grams of protein per day, which is comparatively fine. Okay, so there are multiple protein sources in terms of vegetarian diet, like dals, pulses, legumes, sprouts. Then there is soy products, milk products, paneer, curd. Everything comes under a protein which you have to incorporate into daily basis. Okay, one big katoris of dal if you consume, you will somehow get good amount of 7 to 10 grams of proteins in that particular meal. Okay, fine. Even the quantities matter if the protein diet is consumed. I understand, Olongji, quantity does matter, but at least for now, focus on the quality and then go on to quantity. Quantity will come to know when you realize if your stomach is getting overly filled with the food which you are consuming, right? If it is making you super full, then try to reduce the quantity next day. Okay, that's how mitahar concept I have explained in the past. So if you go to the past videos, I have explained about carbs, I've explained about proteins, I've explained about myth ahar concept. So please, whenever you get the free time, go to those videos and do visit, because do understand, because these are the concepts which you have to apply. Okay. Ruchi ji says, I maintain the right weight, for walks, do yoga, eat right. Still, I have high TGs and LDL, which is hereditary. Please suggest how to manage them. I would suggest, Ruchi, please look at the quality of the meals that you're consuming. If there is oil seen into your vegetables, try to reduce that. If you are adding any kind of packet product, please read the labels, because even if it is said that it's a high fiber, low carb, and this and kind of things, always read the nutritive label, because the reality is always written at the back. So if you purchase any of the outside products, please limit those and make every recipes at home. Avoid maida related products. Avoid high sugar, high sodium rich foods. Avoid anything which has preservatives, because preservatives are usually made from sodiums. So try to reduce that. Okay. Okay, Rajni ji says, can you name some anti-inflammatory food, ma'am? I've already mentioned few times, a few minutes before, that turmeric, black pepper, fruits, vegetables, flax seeds, walnuts, these are all anti-inflammatory. Is organic honey a replacement of sugar in morning tea? Absolutely fine. You can do that, but do not add honey ever into hot water. The water should become lukewarm and then add honey. Then it's suitable. Okay, next is Hina ji says, my son is 6 years old. He gets cough and cold and fever very easily. What should I include in his diet so that improves his immunity? So since his immunity is super weak, you have to make sure, as the seasonal changes happen, give the food which are seasonally best for the child. In summers, his body will be heated up. Therefore, give the cooling foods like cucumber, mint leaves, sabja seeds. These are all like cooling thing, because that will create a balance in his body, and therefore his immunity will be balanced. In rainy season and winters, give more of warmth kind of foods like bajra. You can add a good amount of fruits and vegetables into his diet, in all hidden format. If he doesn't like vegetable, make a puree out of it, put it into a dough, or you can make soups and give him. So keep that warmth in his body. Add masalas, spices and all into herbal teas and give him. So of course his palate need to be improved, and look, we need to see what he likes, and accordingly we can modify certain things. Okay. Agamji says, what is the vitamin B12 source for vegetarian? Vegetarian doesn't have B12 much, but you can see all dairy products will have little amount of B12, and nutritional yeast is one of the source where you will get the B12. Okay. Alokji says, but I am asthmatic and hypertensive. Okay, I forgot your question, what it was earlier. Alokji, let me see. Even the quantities matter, but it's really very hard, as I have experienced. I should consume 160 grams of protein. Who said 160 grams of protein ideally? You are 80 kg, 80 grams of protein is more than enough. 1 gram per body weight is enough for you, Alokji, because if you are not doing any kind of athletic things, or if you are a sports person, then you will require little extra grams of proteins. But if you are a homemaker, sedentary worker who do gentle sort of exercise, you should consume 80 grams of proteins. That's enough for your body. And if this 80 kgs is your ideal weight, then 80 grams is good. But if your ideal weight is not 80 kgs and your ideal weight is something 60 or 70, then please focus on consuming 60 or 70 grams of proteins. That is more than enough. Okay, let's proceed ahead. Where were we? Uh, okay, what is the best diet to reduce belly fat? Okay, so there is no diet that will tell you that this will help you to reduce belly fat. You need to eat a well balanced diet on right time, hydrate well, sleep well, manage your stress, and then do physical activity on regular basis, consistently, changing your capacity or intensity of your physical exercise. That will really help you to reduce the belly fat. So that's what I'm going to help you out today. Holistic plan. What I'm talking about is this only. No diet will make your weight better, your health issues better. along with diet, your routine, if you're managing pretty well, then it will really help you. 100 times I'm going to say you the same thing. Only diet will never help. Along with diet, fix your sleep, fix your stress, fix your water intake, your physical activity, your mental health, your spiritual upliftment. Then and then only you will see a good change in yourself. Everything is connected in our body. Okay, so let's get to the PPT and proceed ahead. Okay, make your diet plan sustainable. So what I'm trying to explain here is, when you want to eat a food, prioritize food that you enjoy genuinely. Okay, what does this mean? For example, if you are a person who loves Indian simple meals, make those meals in a way where you love the taste, where you love the appearance in certain way, where you love certain combinations in certain way, and keep that into your diet. But if you're a person who loves a little fancy items, for example, you like to have varieties like frankie or a wrap, or something like a soup someday, something like a khichdi someday, something like a one pot meal. So if you want these varieties, it's absolutely fine. But in these all varieties, or whether you want to have an Indian meal sort of things, always look for three things. Whether your meal have good amount of complex carbs, the carbs which have fiber in it, high fiber in it, a protein source, and a fiber that comes from varieties of vegetables. When you add these all sources in a right quantity, which I have always explained in the previous sessions also, if one portion is your complex carbs, double portion will be your proteins, and same portions will be your vegetable sources. Right? When you balance these meals, in any recipe you make, in any form of the recipe you make, but if these three things are balanced pretty well, you will be able to reach to your goal. You will be able to see that your lifestyle is getting better. You are able to digest food easily. There is no gastric issues. Nutrients are getting well absorbed because you're putting the physical activity also into your routine, right? So enjoy, put more recipes that will help you to enjoy those things. Okay. Secondly, select meals and ingredients that fit seamlessly into your daily routine. What means that in your kitchen, keep certain things which are simple and which are your favorites. For example, if you like exotic vegetables to have oftenly, then do bring them. If you don't like it, then bring what you like the most. Okay, when you stock the foods which are good in quality, like whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and then dals, pulses, some soy products, or paneer or dairy products, when you stock your kitchen with right things, there will be no space for the wrong things to enter in the kitchen. Right? If you put efforts in cooking the recipes which you enjoy, for example, if you like having cookies, biscuits, make it at home. Weekends are meant to spend time with your own self. So get everybody in the family, put your efforts into it, and make those cookies in a bulk, in a healthier way, and then you can start consuming in your week. So that's what I'm trying to say, ki anything that you will purchase from outside will not give you any sort of healthy nutrients, because they are processed in a big factory. First of all, you don't know how hygienic they are. You don't know what ingredients exactly they are using, even though they are mentioning that it's a high fiber, added, loaded with vitamins, minerals, fortified with many more things. But is it really they are doing that? Read the nutritive label, see the ingredient list, whether the products are right, whether the products doesn't contain any kind of chemical names, and then only purchase it. Of course, there are certain healthy products in the market which you need to research a lot, but that awareness, that habit should build up in yourself, that whichever product you are purchasing, if it has certain chemical names which you don't know, like emulsifier, stabilizer, some numbers like preservatives with numbers, colors, these are some chemicals which enters in your body, becomes toxic for your body, and it inflames your body, and that's how it disturbs your digestion. Right? If these products you're bringing home, then somehow you will end up having those things in your free times. But if you don't bring those product at all at home, and do certain things at home itself, or find the product in a market which is super clean with no chemical names, then somehow it's okay to have it at home, right? So this stocking certain things smartly in your kitchen is important. Okay, next is thoughtful planning. It's very important. It's, I understand, since we have very hectic schedule, since we have very difficult schedule, we don't have time that much, but we can do pre-preparing, right? If we know, if we plan certain things very roughly in throughout a week, what I'm going to have, how much, what recipes I want to put, if these things are decided very roughly on Sundays, your complete week will become very easy. You will understand that these are the products which I have to, these are the recipes which I have to make. So I'll do the pre-chopping before one night prior. I'll make the masalas one night prior and keep, and accordingly I can use it for one or two recipes in a week. So this pre-preparation is must. If everything you will do on the spot, then of course you will become overwhelmed, and therefore you will not able to understand how, what to put or how to manage certain things. And if you get late for the office, then you become irritable, right? So prior planning is important, thoughtful planning is something which is important. Okay, next is about ease over effort, which means look for ways to simplify certain things. As they have mentioned, that batch cooking, or allow food for room for flexibility, sustainable eating, uh, going for something natural and not for product that is processed. These are something that will help you out to manage your meal planning. For example, for suppose if we are talking about batch cooking, doesn't mean that you have to cook your complete meal and refrigerate it. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to say is, for example, if you know the certain recipe I have to make in the morning, which will take a little time, so soakings can be done one night prior. You can do all the chopping works and store in an airtight container and refrigerate it. If you require some masala for that recipe, one night prior you can grind those things and keep in the refrigerator. Masala can stay for 2 to 3 days, so accordingly you can make recipes in which that masala will go. So this thought process should come, and then you will see a good change into your eating patterns. But when we look for more convenience, when we become lazy about cooking recipes, then somehow you will end up with buying certain things from outside, or purchasing certain things from outside, and go for very easy options which are ready made. And ready made options will always have a lot of chemicals, a lot of oil, sugar, hidden sodiums inside it. Okay, fine. So how to keep your nutrition easy to follow? First of all, use very simple meal templates, which is grain plus protein plus vegetable plus healthy fat, which means that a plate, whichever plate you are having, whether it's a breakfast, lunch, dinner, or even a snack, each thing should have a grain, which should be whole grains. What are whole grains? Like your ragi, jawar, bajra, foxtail millet, kodo millet, porso millets, little millets. Then there is quinoa, oats, dalia, barley, and whole wheat, okay, which is not processed, or unprocessed or unpolished rice, brown rice. These are all varieties of grains which have good amount of fibers inside it. So when you keep on rotating these varieties and clubbing this grain with the protein source, which I've always mentioned, that is dals, pulse, legumes, your sprouts, your dairy products like milk, curd, paneer, then your soy, tofu, these are all protein sources, right? And a little bit you will get it into nuts also, but the major protein source, and good amount of vegetable. Varieties of vegetable is must, because if you go for varieties of vegetables, you will get different amount of vitamins and minerals. Every type of vegetable has different amount of vitamins and minerals. Therefore, a combination or a variety of veggies are important. So if I talk about vegetable, one will be your cooked vegetable, that is your sabzi, and another will be your salads. So even in salads, variety is important. We only focus on tomato, cucumber, onions, and carrot, beetroot. What about the other? There are so many other salad vegetables like bell peppers, corn, sweet corn, baby corn. Then there is mushrooms. Then there is lettuce. There is cabbage, red cabbage, green cabbage, sometimes cauliflowers can be added into it, asparagus, French beans. So many things are there to make your salads much more better and interesting. So good amount of vegetables in a thali and a healthy fat, which is a ghee. Little bit of ghee into your diet, like half a teaspoon, is more than enough, which will nourish your body, which will help to digest your fats pretty easily. Okay, and how more easy we can make it? Batch prepare or chop ahead, as I have mentioned before. Repeat the favorite meals consistently. For example, if you love having khichdi varieties or a one pot meal sort of things, then repeat those things into your routine, but with different millets. Someday making kodo millet khichdi, someday making ragi soup, ragi vegetable paneer soup, and have it as a dinner option. Or someday you can make dalia vegetable khichdi or oats vegetable khichdi, in which dal is also there. So everything is coming all together. It's just that you have to sit for a while, for maybe a 1 hour or so, think about the food choices you like, make a list out of it, and then accordingly plan your meal plans. Okay, so that will make more easy to follow the diet regularly. Okay, next, how to make nutrition enjoyable. So firstly, often overlooked aspects of nutrition as enjoyment. We think that diet, if we are following a diet, it is it is more restrictive, it is more strict, more rigid. I have to follow like that only. If even if I have one piece of this, it will affect my weight. ये thought process में ही, in this thought process only, we are making things very difficult. We are making digestion very difficult. If you eat the food with the fear, with the anxiety, with the guilt, with a doubt, that food, even if it's healthy, even if it's nutrition, it will not get digested pretty well. Now why? During anxiety, have you ever seen when you are panic little bit, or when you're anxiety, when you facing this anxiety, how your stomach is little tighter. Okay, you get that tight stretch in your stomach, right? Why this happened? Because the emotions are so strong that your muscles are getting contracted over there. And during this stress, during this anxiety, during with this guilt, same thing happens in your stomach. So how your digestion will be better? It won't be, right? So that's the reason, whatever food it is, whether it is home cooked meals, or you having that same type of variety outside in a thali format, enjoy it. It's okay to have home cooked meals and also enjoy the outside meals. If you remember the last session, I've talked about 80-20 rule. What does that says? If 6 days of or 5 days of your week, if you're having a fresh home cooked meals, which were simple, which were with varieties also, but it was home cooked with good quality, then on 6th and 7th day, if there is a treat day, let's not call it as a cheat day, let's call it as a treat day, because you're treating your body with something that you really love, something that you enjoy, or that craving has been coming since long time. Then have those things, but a balance is important. Not something like, since you have got that one day, then you will eat in overloaded form. No, in that one day also, if you want to have dessert, if you want to have something that is made from outside, like a Chinese or something, enjoy it, have it in a good authentic place, which is neat, clean, fresh, and have it in a little portion and enjoy that meal and share with your loved ones. So in sharing, you don't realize that in little portion is coming in your plate and you're satisfying your hunger. Okay, so enjoying is very important. If you eat in stress, then nothing will help. Okay, try new recipes, try new cuisines, explore certain different cuisines. Then it will be very helpful to understand that this is something which is suitable for your routine, and you're able to follow it very easily. Okay, let's see next. Okay, sharing meals with families, friends can also deepen the satisfaction and support emotional well-being. What does this mean? This means that if you remember during festivals or during, at home, when we sit together and we eat meal, okay, so while eating that meal, we share smile, we share stories, we keep our environment very happy, lightening, and and we enjoy that food. So eating with right emotion is very important, as I always says. So that is what this point is all talking about. Enjoy your food with no stress, with something that will make you eat that food very naturally, very gradually, and in certain way where you are being more mindful. You are able to chew it very nicely. You are able to understand that this is my portion, and beyond this, if I eat, then I'm getting the overeating or the bloating for my body, right? You have to understand that also. That mindful you have to be with your food. Okay. Okay, why stress less about food? So, as I said, when you stress and eat, it will affect your digestion and your metabolism also. So, you will experience that someday, even if you had home cooked meals, but if you're eating that under a stress because of your work stress or maybe because of certain things, then somehow you feel that your motions are becoming sluggish, your metabolism is not right, you feel little bloated or little uneasy, or because of stress you have eaten extra. So that's the reason stress should be avoided whenever you want to eat certain meals. So for example, uh, even if there is a scenario where before your meal time you had a fight with somebody or something has bothered you, always before eating, calm yourself, take some water, calm down, uh, take some 15 to 20 minutes to relax yourself, make your mood better, and then go to eat your meals. Okay, because if with that wrong emotion you eat your meal, it will not get well digested. Okay, flexible eaters have better long term health outcomes. What does this mean? This means that if you keep your intake very flexible, not rigid, that every day I want to eat this set pattern. No, if you keep it flexible, like uh, even if you're having an Indian meals like sabji, roti, dal, chawal on regular basis, but someday you feel like let's make some frankie at home, let's make a pizza at home, let's make a soup and tikki at home. That then in this variety you have to find balance. How you can find balance? That this variety should have good amount of healthy carbs, which is complex carbs. It should have more proteins. It should have more fibers into it, and the oil which you're using should be minimal in cookings. So then that cuisines will become more healthier for you. For example, a pizza. Okay, so if you want to make a pizza, a base should be of whole grains like a whole wheat flour or a moong dal base, or you can make a base out of any ragi base, jawar base, oats base, any millet you can take and make the base out of it. Then the sauce which is required, you can make it at home itself, which is a tomato sauce, which is easy to make that sauce, put it on the that base, add lots of veggies into it, varieties of veggies into it, and grate a paneer over it. So this paneer is a great light fat cheese, I would say, that you can incorporate into your pizzas, and then gradually adds little mozzarella or feta, because these are two better types of cheeses which have less fat and more moisture. The rest all processed cheese are not good. So this is how you can make a simple pizza and steam it, or bake it, and your pizza is ready. A healthy pizza is ready. So you're enjoying your own favorite meals also in a well balanced way. Okay, so all the nutrients you are getting from it. So this will happen gradually. Whatever learnings you are getting today will happen very gradually. That you will apply very gradually. We are not rushing towards the perfection. We are looking a progress in our uh, choosing patterns. Okay, the choices are very important. So in that process, in that choosing method, we are trying to bring that progress. Okay, and when you see this progress gradually, you will see that you are able to achieve the bigger goals. Okay, fine, let's proceed ahead. Okay, mindset shift. Mindset shift talks about when we already put a negative allegation on the food, automatically your body will not digest that food. So if we say that I can't have this cake because it will make my weight loss journey a problem, it will create a problem in this weight loss journey. If you eat with that thought process, that food will not be digestible pretty well, and it will actually create a issue for your weight loss journey. But if you say that I choose this food to nourish my body, or I choose this cake to satisfy my cravings, and later on I'm going to, make it better by next day by eating everything which is home cooked, which is uh, very well cooked, which is fresh, which is nourishing, where digestion is good, where exercise is great next day, where you are hydrating pretty well, everything will get balanced. So the way we speak certain words, these words are getting registered by your brain, and that's how your gut is functioning, because everything is connected, as I said before, right? So use your words very wisely and use your emotions very wisely while eating your meals. Okay, fine. Okay. Eat well, stress less, thrive for life. A very good tagline or mantra, I could say, that I can give to you all. So, what does this say? Focus on the balanced meal, enjoy your meals, which will support your physical health and your mental health also. Every food has its prana, that is bioforce, that is energy. And if the prana, we are taking it as it is by making the meals nutritious and healthy, then your mental thought process will also get better, your mindset will get better. But if you eat food which in which the prana has gotten depleted, for example, a food which is fried, which is deep fried or shallow fried, or food which has lots of sugar into it, or lots of salt into it, or lots of masalas into it, or heavy sluggish kind of food, if you eat that, automatically you will feel that you are becoming less concentrated, you becoming drowsy, lazy, unable to sit for longer time, your focus is not right. So that's the reason the type of food which you introduce into your daily routine is how you have to analyze and see how mentally you getting affected by it. Okay, so build a peaceful relationship with the food, get away from the guilt or rigid restrictions. You can enjoy everything, but everything has its own balance and right time. Sweets are meant to have during festivals, have during festivals. Cakes are meant to have during birthdays and certain occasions, have on those days only and enjoy it. So rest of the days, if you eat on time with the right balanced meal, the cravings will never come, because you are keeping your stomach full at the right time. You are making sure your water intake is pretty well, so there is no space for the cravings. The cravings will never arrive if everything is falling in right place. Okay, so keep nutrition very simple, adaptable, and go for healthy choices. That will make your life more effortless. Okay, great. Then it talks about your positive mindset. Also, as I already mentioned about it a few seconds before, that a positive mindset is very important. The thought process, with what thought you eating the food, or with what thought process you choosing certain food, is very important. During a stress, when there is certain emotional turmoil, never do any food choices. Instead of that, take a pause, get one glass of water, drink one glass of water, wait for a while for 10-15 minutes and see whether that hunger has gone or not. Okay, because that was not a hunger, that was a craving, that was not a hunger. Hunger will always come at right time. Okay, so that you have to understand, that how positive you have to become. Hmm? Fine. So today's session was all about how to build up that food psychology, how to understand the food philosophy and create your own nutrition compass. It is just something that you should not follow the trends or cravings, but focus on your own food choices, your food favorite foods, how you can make it more nutritious, how you can fit your favorite foods into your daily nutrition plan. And always pre-planning is must, then you will always be away from wrong food eating patterns. Okay, eat to feel good, live well and enjoy. That's the motto of the today's session. Okay, so as I said at the end, I'm going to give you a very great very beautiful philosophical or very beautiful task of the day, which is food philosophy statement. This says that you have to create your own philosophy statement. So example has been mentioned over here, that eating well is fueling my body with love and care, so I feel strong and energetic. You have to make your own statement that defines your body, that defines your personality. For example, I can say that eating well is something which is comfortable for my body, which is easy to prep for myself, and which make me feel calm, lighter, energetic, and gentle for my digestion. Okay, so for every individual, the philosophy will be different regarding the food, right? You can also mention in the comment section if you remember any, if you can recall and make the statement on the spot, and you can write in the comment section that what could be your own food philosophy. And this food philosophy you have to repeat like an affirmation, because when you talk to yourself constantly, you will always be connected to your goal. But if you write it somewhere and stick it somewhere and you forget about it, then somehow you will not be on track, and some of the other people will come and influence in between, and you will go haywire. So if you want to be on your right track, make your own food philosophy, take a good picture of it, post it on our social media platforms, which is Times Health Plus, tag us, and if you get a chance to win a wellness goodies, that would be a great thing, because something when you do and you get results from it, you will be really happy about it and you'll be on a track. So always apply the given task into your routine and see how different you feel, how differently you can, how different angle you can give to your regular lifestyle. Okay, so please, you can take the screenshot of it, and you can take your time and make your own philosophy, and you can post it on our social media platform. So do not forget us to follow us on the social media platforms, that is Instagram and YouTube. And along with this, thank you for the today's session. Let's come to the Q&A session, and let's see what people are trying to say. So many questions are there already on the comment section. Let's go one by one and gradual. We have good time. Okay, Sakshi ji says, what to eat to reduce post C-section tummy fat? Okay, as I have always said that tummy fat will not go by taking only one type of food or one ingredient that will reduce your belly fat. There requires lot of things like diet, physical exercise, stress balance, sleep cycle, water intake, as I've always said. So in terms of diet, I would say please go for food which are natural, fresh, which are not processed at all. For example, whole grains, fruits, vegetables, proteins, naturally, जो भी naturally बना है, जिसको कहीं पे भी process नहीं किया है, उस natural source को लेके if you making certain recipes, please go for that. Okay, and eating in moderation is also important. Breakfast, do not skip any of the meal. Breakfast, lunch, evening snack should be very handful and light, and dinner should be early, so that you get good 2 hours gap between your dinner and sleep, and your digestion has been completed before your sleep cycle, so your sleep cycle will not get disturbed. Okay, so that what you have to follow. You have to you make your own timetable where you eat in every 3 to 4 hours sufficiently, and you in your each meal there is a well balanced diet: carbs, protein, fibers. These three things you have to be very conscious about. Okay, Jagdeep ji says, aren't the existing diabetes threshold values rather low? What shows us as a diabetic is not the other countries? Your verdict? Yes, the criteria, the range differs from Asian to the US people or the other people who stays out of Asia. So our Asian criterias are different, and outside is always different, because our individual body, internal body systems, we can say the food that is adaptable for our Indian body or Indian origin is completely different to those who stays in abroad or the foreign people, because there the temperature is different, there the culture is different, there the varieties of foods are different. So for them, certain foods will be digestible, and that same food will be digestible for us is not the case. So that's the reason the criteria, the height, weight, everything differs from Indians to compare to others. So the ranges are different. Okay, Pooja Jain says that how to visit those videos. As I have said, on Times Health Plus, on the platform website, you can visit these all videos. Okay, Abhaji says, facing PCOS problem, what should I consume daily? Milk product is not good for PCOS. Yes. Nowadays, milk and milk products are being adulterized. We don't know the authenticity of the milk, and that's the reason milk has become inflammatory for the body. Even gluten is something that we avoid in PCOS, PCOD, because nowadays the wheat has been processed so much, and even the production, the seed has been modified so much that it has become inflammatory. So avoid dairy and wheat, but apart from that, add more of fruits, more of vegetable, more of seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, flax seeds into diet, walnut, almonds into diet. That will be more helpful in PCOD, PCOS. And physical activity is must. Hydrate pretty well. Okay. One says aloe vera is good for health. Absolutely, aloe vera is good for health. It's good, detox kind of thing. It helps to lubricate your body. It helps to make your digestion better. Your motions will be pretty well. So for that thing, aloe vera, you can add it. And of course, everything should be in moderation and should not become so habitual to one thing that your body will become immune to it and will not show any good results. So keep on changing the varieties. Okay, Ravindra ji says, can I add lemon and honey in black coffee? Preferably not, because this combination has been done for people who have diarrhea, like lemon into a tea or a coffee, so that the diarrhea is being stopped. But on regular basis, this combination is not suitable. Okay. Pradipta ji says, whether oats with milk, jaggery, dry fruits is good for breakfast. Yes, you can take this, but I always suggest as a nutritionist that people should keep variety into foods, then they'll get different nutrients. So if one day you're going for this option, second, third day should be other food into your breakfast. But over here, little proteins are less because milk doesn't have that amount of proteins. So try to club some protein source along with this. May it be a sprouts salad along with this. Okay, Alokji says, no, my ideal weight is 72 kgs. Okay, so you should have 70 grams of proteins or 72 grams of proteins. Okay, Abhishek ji says, please suggest foods to take and avoid in hyperthyroidism. Okay, so in hyperthyroidism, first thing you have to do is replace your iodized salt to salt, because high amount of iodine is been getting produced in your body, and that's the reason more amount of thyroid hormones are getting released. So to bring that balance, to bring the low level, you have to reduce the iodine intake. Make sure you have good amount of fibers into your diet to reduce, to balance your metabolism. Rest, give rest to your body, because if the metabolism is super high, then somehow your body need a rest. You have to make sure that you eat meals on time, in sufficient quantity, not too much of physical activity. Post lunch, post dinner, you do a gentle walk, and post lunch you can take a small nap by sleeping on the left side of the stomach. So that's how the digestion will be better and slower. The metabolism need to be balanced in hyperthyroidism. Okay, if I have high uric acid levels, should I consume proteins and how much? Okay, so uric acid, in terms of high uric acid, proteins are something that need to be balanced, specifically the proteins which have high purines. Okay, so of course non-veg products should go minus completely if you have high uric acid. In terms of veg sources, for example proteins like dals, legumes and all that, you have to always soak them for good hours, then boil it in a more water. So whatever the froth comes at the top, you should remove that. Then remove that water completely, and then that dal can be used to give a tadka and other recipes. Okay, so this method is called as leaching method, which reduces the uric acid. So that's absolute. So this is how you can have, and I would suggest in proteins you have very lighter proteins like moong dal and masoor dal. Avoid tur, urad, chana. These are not suitable during high uric acid. Okay, Alok ji says my ideal weight should be 72 kgs as my height is 172. Absolutely. So I've already mentioned, Alok ji, that you should have 72 grams of proteins. Okay, Preeti ji says, how many tulsi leaves can we take in a day? A handful, like I would say 7 to 8 or 10 maximum, not more than that. If you want to make a herbal tea out of it. But if you want to chew directly, then 2 to 3 are more than enough. Okay. Vivanji says, does dhania water works for hypothyroidism? Yes, it does. Jeera dhania water is good for hypothyroidism. You can add that in on empty stomach and have it. Alokji says, but is currently 80 kgs, nearly as I reduce somehow 6 to 7 kgs. Already answers, Alokji. Okay, Bapuji says, night meal skip, is it better for health? Not at all, not at all. I would suggest eat your dinners early. Eat your dinner early, for example, near the sunset. Near the sunset. For example, 7 to 8 o'clock or 8:30 maximum, then it's fine. But do not skip any of the meal. Please have your meals with good 3 to 4 hours interval times, and make sure at least 4 meals are going per day, so that your body is getting supplied with energy constantly, and you will see that because you are energetic constantly, the digestion is happening pretty well, and you will not get any cravings in between. Okay. Okay, Alokji says, but I working out hard since last more than a year to bring my weight to ideal, that is somewhere near 72. I understand, Alokji, but there are multiple factors you have to look into. How is your physical activity? How is your water intake? How is your sleep cycle? If you go to bed at 12 and complete your 8 hours, it's not suitable. You have to go to bed by 10:30, 11, and then wake up early. That's how we are maintaining our circadian rhythm. How is your stress? Everything comes into a picture. So that's the reason, as I said today, holistic approach is must to be given to lifestyle change. Then you will see a good change into your weight loss. See the amount of food which you are consuming. If the carbs are more than proteins and fibers, then that will not help. Make your carbs little less, have more of proteins, more of vegetables. That will really help you to lose your weight. Okay, fine. Let's see next. My 6-year-old son is asking what happens when we don't eat food, how to improve his food habits, and very keen on eating. Okay, so first of all, this understanding should come from a parent to a child, that why food is so important. Food is like a fuel for your body. If a car, if or a bike you want to run, you have to add fuel into it, right? So if you don't add right food into your body, how your body will run efficiently, how your body will work efficiently, right? So, and to make that body run in a right way, right nutrients need to be added. So that's how it's important. Okay, fine. Let's proceed ahead. Where were we? Okay, Neeraj ji says, I am diabetic from 2011, prenesally on insulin, having 3 stents in my heart. I never eat after 6:30. My meal is only broken wheat, khichdi, oats, and any diet suggestions. Okay. Niraji, it's a complicated case where when insulin has been added, we have to count the carbs very cautiously. For this, I would suggest a professionals need you need to meet a professional to understand how many carbs units are required into each meal, so that insulin will not make you go into hypoglycemia or hyperglycemia. Okay, so I would only suggest that every meal should have more of proteins and more of vegetables, and keep your carbs, you should keep your carbs but in balance, and keep variety. I can see only dalia and oats are something that's there in your diet. Please bring variety, add ragi, jawar, bajra, other millets into your diet. That will be more better version to balance your diabetes. Okay, methi seeds taking empty stomach, is it beneficial? Yeah, you can have it, that's not an issue. See how your body is reacting. If you feel more heaty, if you feel more bloated, avoid it, otherwise it's okay. But keep a variety, keep changing. Okay, Monica G says, please share, can I eat beetroot empty stomach? Yeah, you can have beetroot empty stomach, but it should be boiled beetroot, because if your gut is sensitive and you have a tendency of feeling bloated, then raw vegetables on empty stomach will trigger it. So cooked versions are absolutely fine. Buttermilk with dinner, okay. Okay, Ravindraji, this is, I think, individual base. Somebody will accept the buttermilk at night, somebody will get cold and cough issues at night. So you analyze how your body is reacting, and you can have buttermilk, because it's completely fine to have curd at night, in a curry format, or in certain recipes. If you're adding, then it's absolutely fine. But buttermilk is something you have to understand how your body is reacting. Okay, Monica G says, I am doing fasting from the past month, taking meal only one time. Is it okay or not? So this fasting is religious. Yeah, so the fasting is religious, then I cannot have a word into it. But if it's something that you have started because you want to lose your weight, then I would suggest stop it right away, because your body requires energy. Do you know the food you consume on the timings, like breakfast, lunch, dinner? The So if you consume your meal at breakfast till lunch, your meal, the energy which supplies till lunch to your brain and nervous system finishes till lunchtime, and therefore the lunch is required to be consumed. Okay, so this why this meals are being segregated like this since the ancient time. The reason is body is all made like that. Your brain and your nervous system requires constant fuels. Okay, so I can see so many questions in the comment section. I really love the participation that is happening over here, but the only thing that is happening, the time constraint. So we have completed our 1 hour, and I'm absolutely sorry that I cannot take all the questions, but I will request you all to put all your questions to the Times Health Plus platforms. So it will come to me, and accordingly I'll give you the rewards. Okay, but more or less, I hope today's session, which we have learned, it was a concluding session of overall journey of mindful nutrition. I hope you have understood what we are trying to say and how we have to bring that balance into the life. And it's not that only diet will help you. With diet, complete lifestyle change is important, mindset is something which is important. Okay, and that's how you can heal your all your issues, whether it's a weight loss or whether it's a diabetes or anything. Everything requires to work holistically, and to work in a lifestyle change which will help you out to bring that balance. Okay, so at last, eat with awareness, take care, enjoy your meals, please do not stress eat. uh, be very cautious, be very mindful about choosing certain foods. And I hope today's session was more informative for you all. Thank you and namaste.